Hello, it's finally leaving day. This is about 6 weeks after the end of the last video. And in the meantime there have been many delays, mostly to do with the bike. It was in the bike shop for about 3 weeks or so, and whenever it came close to completion there was a piece that was needed, and then that needed a week to be shipped in internationally. So yeah, I'm already 6 weeks behind and I haven't even really started the trip yet, but it's okay.
Hey, chef, my video, my.
What?
Hi, where are you from?
England.
England. Very good, England.
But yeah, Nadia's with me.
Hello.
She's joining me until Rotterdam anyway, because we need to give our old work bags back in. And then I'm continuing on my own, and tonight I should be staying somewhere near the border. Yeah, I just don't want to leave.
You want to do it like this?
Yeah, leave it on. Right side of the road. Okay, this is the one that goes here.
Everything.
I just need to leave, and then
Good luck.
if I want to come back tonight, don't let me.
But I will.
Okay.
Yes. Be careful, okay?
I love you. Fuck off. I'll see you in a few months. Okay. Love you. Yeah, I've just met a bike thrower called Jussi from Finland. Yeah. He's on an e-bike, so it's much easier for him. But I'll try and keep up. Wagwan, it's your boy in full high-vis safety gear. My change of plan. My problem half an hour ago was that it's far too hot, and now my problem is that it's a thunderstorm, so I can't make my intended destination tonight. But luckily in Holland you have things called paar spots, and these are a group of about probably like 10 or 15 spots across Holland where you can camp for free, and I happen to be about 20k north of one, so I'm going to head there and then get an early night. Hopefully I don't have to put my toes up in the rain. Okay, see you in a bit. This is the road I'm cycling on now. There's no road, it's just water. I think I'm just going to have to stick to the edge and hope my feet don't get wet, wetter than they already are. I just come off the path and I should be at one of the camping spots now, but I have to hike my bike over a few ditches on the way. Oh Jesus Christ. My feet are only 60% soaked and I don't want that percentage to go up anymore. So I've just set the bike down there. I can't find the exact paar campier location because I don't think there's anything to signify it. I've just got like a GPS point that is roughly here. So just to be on the ultra safe side, I'm gonna look for a spot that's a bit more hidden, because here there's a line of sight that goes quite far. So ideally I'm looking for a bit of cover from the rain. Maybe I can fit under a bush, and yeah, just something with greenery and foliage around, so I can feel a little bit more secure. Also flat ground, that's a big one. The rain's finally dying down, so that's great. Yeah, I haven't set up yet because there's still dog walkers around and stuff. I haven't been spotted yet. Despite my high-vis attire. Yeah, it gets dark now at like 10:30, so that's not great for having to wait around the camp. But I won't wait until 10:30, but probably about 9 o'clock I think is a good time. Good morning. I had quite a rough night. When I opened the tent this morning I saw some deer, so I now know what was making all that noise last night. I kept hearing very faint, quick steps up to the tent and then like steps running away, and I didn't know there were deer in this forest, so quite a few times I was woken up. But the benefit of being tired now is that I'll probably sleep better tonight, I hope. But yeah, this morning I'm gonna go to Lidl, get some breakfast. Then I'm going to a small border village, and then this evening I should be in Belgium, in the Hoge Kempen National Park. Yeah, there's more rain scheduled for today, and a lot of my stuff's already wet. Those two trouser legs up there are completely soaked, and those are my waterproofs, but they're not very waterproof. Yeah, just gonna pack up and then get going, hopefully before people start walking their dogs. See you in a bit. Oh fuck. Oh shit. It's the bungees. Oh, that's a mess. Hello. Yeah, I'm currently in two villages at the same time. The piece of land I'm walking on now is a piece of Belgium inside the Netherlands, inside Belgium. I'm in two villages. One's called Baarle-Hertog, and that is Belgian, and Baarle-Nassau is Dutch. yeah, it's quite interesting. You can see the border just drawn on the floor, and sometimes it goes through people's houses. So if you look on my phone, this is so this is Belgium, and then the Netherlands outside of it, and then the Netherlands again. Oh no, so Holland, Belgium, Holland. Yeah. The reason the borders are like this is it was a compromise that was signed, I think, for the Treaty of Maastricht in the 1840s or 50s. I don't know how this was the agreement that was settled. A village that's completely separated between two countries. Of course, it's easy now because of the free movement of people. But prior to the formation of the EEC or the EU, as far as I know, they had a hard border, and they needed to pass guards on the way out to travel through the village. So what I'm doing today is once I leave here, I'm just heading east, and I'm going to be in mainland Belgium tonight. It's very interesting how you see the differences on each side of the border. In Belgium they have much looser restrictions on explosives and fireworks. So whenever you cross over into Belgium in this village, there are loads and loads of fireworks shops. And if I remember correctly, on the Dutch side they have a later mandatory closing time for restaurants. So there are restaurants here that are on the border on both sides, and at closing time they just ask customers to move to the other side of the restaurant onto the Dutch side. As far as I know, the place I was earlier, Holland inside Belgium inside Holland, is one of only 2 places in the world that still has a border like this. As far as I remember, the other one is in the UAE, with a piece of the UAE inside Oman inside the UAE. Cool, on to mainland Belgium. Ooh, a little bit chilly, but it's going to get really hot over the next few days. I looked at the forecast yesterday and it said in a few days it's going to be 37 degrees. So hopefully it doesn't actually get that bad. I'm expecting dog walkers because it's quite a busy park, so I'm going to pack up quite quickly. I've done most of it in the tent already. In the morning, most of the packing I can do from inside, which is much more efficient because I don't have to get dressed, and then I can pack, get dressed, and then the last thing to do once I get out is just the tent and putting everything on the bike. Still though, I managed to make the whole process last about an hour, which doesn't really need to. But I've seen on Google Maps that there's a water source or a lake down here, so I'm going to pack up and then go down. Maybe there's a nice view as well. I'd love to have a small wash if possible. But yeah, I'm going to pack up and see you in a bit. I'm starting to see hills again, which is very strange because I've been living in countries for the last 4 years. They're either at or below sea level. So whenever I travel away far enough to see hills again, it's a very surreal experience, especially with typical Dutch infrastructure. But yeah, I'm excited now. It's gonna start to get prettier and prettier the further I ride south.
I'm at the Drielandpunt, which is the point where the borders of Belgium, Germany and the Netherlands meet. It's also the highest point of elevation in the Netherlands, so it took quite a while to get up here. Lots of pushing my bike up the hill. I'm about to head down into Germany, looking forward to a nice downhill, and then starting the Venbaanweg cycle route.
Interesting place. It was quite social because I think people get to that point and then there's nothing really else to do apart from a cafe. So there are lots of people from each of the three countries either trying to talk to each other, like Germans trying to talk to Dutch or Belgians, or Dutch and Belgians talking to each other. I met a German guy who I think he was speaking German, but I think I kind of got the gist of what he was saying, who was associated with Fridays for Future, and he said he's involved with trying to save the Hambacher forest, which is a now small forest next to, I think, a coal mine. I was speaking Dutch with a German accent, and he kind of, it's close enough that you can be understood. I don't know where I'm going now. But yeah, it was a nice place to be. And I was also approached by a Christian missionary who appeared to be fluent in all of the languages that you need up there to speak to anyone. So she spoke to me in English. We had a small conversation. I said, "I'm sorry, I'm not religious," and then she was speaking German to someone else. Okay, into Germany.
And I think that was my attraction to the book, like wanting to tell that story, wanting to tell it.
This is kind of sketchy. I don't know if this is actually open anymore to the public. There were some trees along the way that were down blocking the path, but I assumed they'd fallen down from the wind. Oh, at least I can get over.
We doing it.
Yeah, like top to bottom, like the whole crew is like absolutely on board.
Yeah.
You know.
Hello. I'm now cycling on the Venbaanweg. It's a very nice cycle path and just seems quite nice and normal. But the reason this is special is that the path I'm cycling on is Belgium, and then both of these forests, the left and the right, are Germany. So there's a quite long bike path. There's about 54k where you can cycle exclusively in Belgium and not touch Germany, even though you're kind of in the German mainland. As far as I remember, the reason for this was the Belgians had built a railway line here
a couple of hundred years ago, and when there was, I probably should have googled this, when there was a compromise made on the borders, this was still kept. However, quite quickly the railway line became disused, and so it was turned into a bike path instead. It's about 6 o'clock now, and I keep seeing very tempting places to camp with running water close by. But it's only 6 o'clock, so I'll have to wait about 4 hours until dark. So I don't know whether to carry on going and hope there's something else suitable, but yeah, I'm going to carry on for now, and then I'll have a look on my map and see what I can find.